Every day, millions of people around the world use sugar without ever thinking about where it comes from. The small white crystals added to tea, coffee, desserts, and countless food products begin their journey as a tall green plant growing under the open sky. Before it reaches your kitchen, sugar passes through one of the most impressive agricultural and industrial transformations on Earth. Inside giant cane sugar factories, thousands of tons of fresh sugarcane are converted into pure, sparkling sugar crystals through a combination of farming, powerful machinery, chemistry, and precise engineering. But how does a simple green plant become the bright white sugar we know? This is the complete journey from sugarcane field to finished crystal sugar. The story begins in large sugarcane plantations located in warm climates where the crop receives sunlight, water, and nutrients for many months. Sugarcane is a unique plant because it stores large amounts of natural sugar inside its thick stalks. Farmers carefully monitor the growth of the crop until the sugar content reaches the ideal level for harvesting. When the cane reaches maturity, harvesting begins. Modern sugar production uses massive mechanical harvesters that move through the fields, cutting tall cane stalks with powerful blades. These machines remove unwanted leaves and prepare the stalks for transportation. The harvested sugarcane is loaded onto heavy trucks and delivered directly to the factory. Timing is critical because the longer harvested cane waits, the more sugar quality can decrease. At the factory entrance, every shipment goes through inspection. The weight, cleanliness, and sugar content of the incoming cane are checked before processing begins. Huge unloading systems transfer thousands of kilograms of cane into the preparation area. The first processing stage is cleaning. The sugarcane passes through equipment that removes remaining leaves, soil, stones, and other unwanted materials collected during harvesting. After cleaning, powerful rotating knives cut the long stalks into smaller pieces. This makes the hard plant structure easier to process. The chopped cane then enters heavy shredders that break open the internal fibers and expose the sugar-rich juice trapped inside. Now begins one of the most powerful stages of the entire factory. The prepared cane moves into massive roller mills. These enormous machines squeeze the cane under extreme pressure, extracting as much juice as possible. The crushing process happens through multiple stages, with additional water sometimes added to recover more sugar from the remaining fibers. A continuous stream of fresh sugarcane juice flows from the mills. The leftover dry fiber, known as bagasse, moves separately. Instead of becoming waste, bagasse becomes a valuable resource. Many modern sugar factories burn bagasse in specialized boilers to create steam and electricity. This energy powers parts of the factory, making the production process more sustainable and reducing dependence on external fuel sources. The extracted sugarcane juice now moves into purification. At this point, the liquid contains natural sugars but also contains plant particles, minerals, and other materials that must be removed. The juice is heated and treated under carefully controlled conditions. Large clarification tanks allow unwanted materials to separate from the liquid. The cleaner juice rises while heavier impurities settle and are removed. Filtration systems then capture remaining particles, creating a clearer sugar solution. The purified juice enters the evaporation section. Inside huge multi-stage evaporators, water is gradually removed using controlled heat and steam. As the water disappears, the sugar concentration increases. The thin juice slowly transforms into a thick golden syrup containing a much higher amount of sugar. This concentrated syrup is now ready for the most fascinating stage, crystallization. Inside large vacuum crystallizers, the syrup is heated under reduced pressure. As moisture continues to evaporate, sugar molecules begin organizing themselves into tiny solid structures. These tiny crystals grow slowly until they become visible sugar grains. This transformation is where liquid sugar becomes solid sugar. The mixture of crystals and remaining syrup then enters high-speed centrifuges. These powerful spinning machines separate the sugar crystals from the leftover liquid. The separated crystals are collected and moved toward further processing. Although the sugar now exists as crystals, additional steps are needed to achieve the bright, clean appearance consumers expect. The crystals pass through drying systems that remove remaining moisture. Cooling equipment stabilizes the sugar, while screening machines separate crystals by size. The result is a consistent product with smooth texture and sparkling appearance. Throughout the entire process, quality control laboratories continuously test the sugar. Technicians analyze purity, moisture levels, crystal size, and overall quality to ensure every batch meets strict standards. Once approved, the finished sugar moves into the packaging department. High-speed automated machines measure exact quantities and fill bags, boxes, and industrial containers. The packages are sealed, labeled, and moved through conveyor systems toward storage. In modern factories, robotic palletizing systems arrange thousands of sugar packages into organized loads. These pallets are stored in large warehouses before being shipped to customers. When orders are received, forklifts transport the finished products to loading areas where trucks begin their journey to supermarkets, bakeries, restaurants, and food manufacturers. What started as a green sugarcane plant growing in a field has now become millions of bright sugar crystals ready for everyday use. Behind every grain of sugar is a remarkable story of agriculture, engineering, automation, and precision. From harvesting the cane, extracting the juice, removing impurities, creating crystals, drying, testing, and packaging, every stage plays an important role. Inside these enormous facilities, production continues around the clock during the sugarcane harvest season. Thousands of sensors, automated controls, and skilled operators work together to maintain consistent temperature, pressure, and processing conditions. Every stage, from juice extraction to crystal formation, must remain perfectly balanced because even small changes can affect the final sugar quality, appearance, and texture. A simple plant becomes a global ingredient through one of the most fascinating industrial processes in the food industry. From the fields to the factory, from raw cane to sparkling crystals, this is how a giant cane sugar factory transforms fresh sugarcane into the sugar used around the world.